It is 1 week before our AGM, and we just finished our Sunday morning service, and I'm sitting here thinking about this past year and making this little intro video. In a moment, you're going to see a number of people just giving little 1 minute highlights of their ministry at New Life and what has gone on this year. And as I think about 2020 and even these first couple of months of 2021, the three words I think of are resiliency, creativity, and endurance. That I have seen so many people in our New Life family, and of course in churches and organizations all over the globe, being resilient. And I've seen so many people being creative. And we're also in a season that is requiring great endurance. You know, part of me says, hey, let's be honest and just recognize that everyone's tired, exhausted, fed up with on again, off again lockdowns and how it affects everything, including our ability to just gather together regularly like we normally do. But then there's this sense of, you know, doing what is best for our community, doing things as an act of love, not gathering as an act of love, trying to work with our community leaders, and then figuring out creative ways still to serve one another, to be together. There's my cuckoo clock again, and I'm just going to leave it be. Anyway, I'm encouraged by what I've experienced this year with so many people in so many ways, and this little highlight video is for your enjoyment and hopefully for your encouragement. So thanks for watching it and being part of our New Life family.
Hey New Life, just as I sit here and reflect back on 2020, a lot of what I found so encouraging is the way that this beautiful community that we have at New Life has responded to so many things. I think of even something as simple as, you know, how we managed our phone calls and mail and online giving and so forth as we responded to COVID-19, and just the good-natured way you rolled with all of the punches. That was hugely encouraging for us around the office, so thank you. Another area that people just really kind of stepped up to the crazy challenges that 2020 brought us was as we planned for our regathering in September. Many of you really gave sacrificially of your time to make that happen. But what really stood out to me was how we were able to love and care for one another as we went about doing that. Just as we ramped up for our regathering, we got into the second wave of COVID, and everyone was just so willing to be respectful and loving towards one another and the various ways that we were coming at our response as individuals and as families to COVID-19. And I watched you love on one another in respecting the different choices that we made around regathering or staying online. So that's just like a huge pat on the back for being the kind of community that we really want to be as Jesus followers. In the area of worship, we learned a lot of new things in 2020. We learned to do this all in different ways with different technology, different software to make sure we could bring experiences of worship to you. What I took away from the year and what I hope that maybe you've taken away from it is just a renewed sense of the importance of being worshipers. And I saw many of you engage with, you know, our Wednesday night worship at home videos, different things that we did on Sundays when we were able to regather, and then as things closed down again, making another shift. And I hope you've been encouraged in your journey as worshipers of Jesus through this time. You've encouraged me. Lastly, I just want to say I've loved seeing all of the organic ways that our New Life community has cared for one another through all of this. You know, we desire to have built and created a culture where we just naturally take on the responsibility of caring for one another when the chips are down, like they have been. And we just heard and saw story after story after story of that happening in our New Life community over the last year. So well done to all of you for being the kind of authentic, loving Jesus followers that we desire to be. And best wishes as we head into 2021, living that out in some fresh new ways again.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris Static, and today we are celebrating our AGM together, and I wanted to give you just a few minutes to share with you one of the shifts that happened in our program in 2020. You know, we went into lockdown in March, we spent a lot of time online, and we had a lot of shifting. We did video experiences, we had Zoom calls with kids. We introduced our new puppet friend Isabel, which she's taken us through a lot of the challenges together in relating to kids. But a cool story I have that I really quickly want to share with you is when we came back together in September, there was a shift in our program. I don't know why, but it just happened. Things were different. And we were even in a different location. We were in the gym, we were in the youth room. It was fun and it was different. But you know what? My son Nathan and I got together and we built bow and arrows. Our first week back, we were talking about David and Jonathan, and I thought, how do we connect with these kids? How do we bring them back together in a way that's going to be a hands-on fun experience? So we made these amazing bow and arrows, and they really worked. I ordered these cool arrows with suction cups on the end of them from Amazon, and we created this experience for the kids where we taught them how to use bow and arrows. We talked about the friendship of David and Jonathan. Kids were electric. They tried and tried and tried and learned how to use the bow and arrows, and we just spent that time together in the gym, socially distanced, doing all the things that we had to do, but sharing a time physically together again after months of not being able to be together. But it was kind of a celebration. It was great to be back together with the kids, and this is what we look forward to. We're okay being online. We're okay connecting in that way. But the shift happens because of the experience we've had. It just is what it is. But it gave us a chance to do something new. And in 2021, what does that look like? I don't know about you, but I'm up for the shift. I'm up for the change. I'm up for the new experience that we're going to have in 2021. But we can reflect back on those times in 2020 where we actually did things a little bit differently, and it worked out okay.
Hey everyone, Christopher here. A major highlight from our youth ministry this year was in November after our fall workday and candy pult events, when I had the chance to give out some community service hours to our students. I always love being able to do that, but it was especially significant for me this year for two reasons. First, in a general kind of symbolic way, it was a helpful reminder that we are in fact still part of a community, that this little faith community of New Life is still visibly and outgoingly connected with the outside world, so to speak. And second, I was encouraged by the eagerness of our students to serve. Between the two opportunities, we had over half of our youth groups sign up to help, most of whom didn't even want the hours that I was offering in the first place. While that might not sound like much, to me, the message is clear. Our students are passionate, caring, and eager to make a difference. So while I don't know what sort of opportunities will arise in 2021, last year showed us that it is possible, that our students are willing. So I'm confident that when the chance does arise, that they'll once more step up, rise to the occasion, and serve our community once more.
Hi, my name is Marilyn Crawford. Back in March of 2020, we created a COVID-19 response team. It was a group of volunteers that were willing to help out in any way we could during the pandemic. A sewing team was formed that would sew caps and gowns and masks, and we handed those out to the workers on the front lines. A care team started to make phone calls and touch base with those who weren't connected on the internet. A meal team made meals and did baking. A grocery shopping team would go and pick up groceries and drop those off to those who weren't able to get out. We had a delivery team that would do porch drop-offs and pickups for us. Many people donated grocery store gift cards for us that we could donate those to those who were in need. And we had other people who would help people move or walk dogs. And there were many other things that were done as part of our COVID-19 response team. And we know that many of you who may not have been part of that volunteer team were also doing things in your community and with your friends to help and encourage them. We want to celebrate today the way our New Life family were acting as Christ's hands and feet during these uncertain times. Way to go, New Life.
My name is Marketa, and I have been attending New Life with my family for many years. I think we will all agree that the past year has been unlike any other. Pretty much everything in our lives has changed. It is deeply affecting all of us, and some of us struggle with those changes. That brings me to something that I'm excited about, something that we have been preparing here at New Life for the past several months. Several of our members have gone through training to understand depression and anxiety. We would like to form groups to come alongside anyone who feels that things have been too much, anyone who would like to talk and learn new tools to manage anxiety and depression. I think it is hugely important to be there for each other and to support each other. And we would like this to not only be help for our New Life members, but eventually we would like it to become an outreach into our community. As it says in Galatians 6:2, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you fulfill the law of Christ. And an encouraging verse from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future.
Hey New Life, my name is Bethany Crawford. I'm the director for Maple Lane Nursery School. And one of the highlights for us this school year, we were closed for about 4 months during COVID, and usually at the end of our school year in June, we hold a giant graduation concert where we honor our students, they can perform, we have refreshments, we celebrate. And so this year we really had to reinvent what that would look like because we couldn't be indoors. So our staff team came up with a great idea to do a drive-through graduation ceremony. So we had music, decorations, all of our staff were there to be able to take turns to present diplomas to passing cars through that were decorated. So a really neat and unique way, despite all of the difficulties with COVID, to really honor our students and families this year.
Hey guys, so New Life wants us to give them a highlight of something cool that happened in 2020. What will we tell them?
So we provided food for 1,100 families here in the village for 5 months straight.
Bob Natal Cow. A home for the disabled.
We made outdoor classroom for the online school.
So far, nobody in the community has COVID, and we were able to get surgery for Griselda's back. We also turned the mission house into a training center for adults.
Caravaggio has internet.
We provide medicine for our chronic patient.
Awesome, and most of all, I didn't get kicked out of the country!
Hi New Life, Aaron here. I wanted to give you a very brief update on what we've been up to over the last number of months with COVID. Number one, we were able to start a really neat initiative called YU Chat, and it is available Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., where young people in town and our region can connect with a youth worker from Youth for Christ, and it's been very well received. The second thing we started was YU Media, where we could ask young people to engage with us through different media elements, video, audio, podcasts, blogs, things like that. And we've been able to build a really neat audience and interact and engage with our young people through different media elements. And one of the things that we're really excited about that we really hope to start back up very soon was an in-person coffee time that we ran from 1:30 p.m. until about 3:30 p.m. Monday to Friday at the church across from CCI. And we did that in partnership with New Life. And Christopher Rosevier has been very invaluable to this program as well, just being present as we connect with young people and connecting them to the local church. So we want to thank you for walking alongside of us through this very strange and very difficult time that we've been all experiencing since last March. We really hope that we're on our way out of this now, but we really look forward to the ministry, whatever that looks like over the next year. And we're just so thankful that, that we have our church family to walk alongside of us in this time. Thanks.
This is what the mission team is celebrating this year. Everyone who took some time to sew an MCC hygiene bag for our Christmas campaign. And we're also celebrating all the people who made a donation of supplies to go in this bag. Thank you, everyone.